on our way here. We had a layover in Washington.
DC?
And,
Okay.
And there was an incident with a gentleman who tried to...
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, like I said, we were new to... We don't really know anything about anything. So we were at the bus station and strangely, they didn't have any microwaves or anywhere for us to warm up our food. So we were starting to ask people, like, hey, do you know where we can go to warm up our stuff and stuff like that? And he ended up going to the bathroom, and another gentleman was all like, hey, I know where you can go warm your stuff up. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I went to go follow him, and...
What's up, YouTube? Man, shout out to everybody that shows love out here. I appreciate y'all. That keeps me charged up. Now back to the content.
What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome,
Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. So, are you homeless?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, and so how old are you?
I'm 28 years old.
28?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how long have you been homeless?
About 2 months now.
Okay. And so what was it that happened 2 months ago that caused you to become homeless?
Me and my mother, she actually wanted to move to, you got a spider on you. You got, oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
I got it.
Okay.
She actually wanted to move to Massachusetts. And I thought that I ended up having a place to go when I went to Connecticut because I had entrusted a friend. He told me that I could stay at his apartment, but then he called me when I was like on my way here. Or not on here. When I was on my way there, and he told me that his lease was going to be up at the end of that month, and I couldn't stay because his landlord told him he couldn't renew his lease or something. So me and my fiance ended up being stuck on the street with nowhere to go. We were gonna try.
So wait, hold on. Was your fiance supposed to be going and staying with the dude too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, was this just like a friend of yours or something?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because I had known him from school.
Hold on, real quick. We gotta hold on. All right, go ahead.
I had known him from school. We went to Job Corps together, and he had he's actually doing a little bit better than I am because he's got a really great job and a car and everything. But that's hearsay. But like it does, it's totally not even his fault. But
yeah, I mean, bottom line, okay. So you was with your fiance. How long had you been with your fiance?
We've been together for about 1.5 years now.
Okay, and is that the white guy that I saw earlier?
Yes.
Okay, good. Are y'all around the same age?
Yeah, he's 27.
27. Okay. All right. So I guess a couple months ago, you say your mom moved. And
Well, no, she's getting ready to move. She wanted to move, and she's like kind of in the process of moving.
Is that from here in Atlanta?
No, she's moving from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm from originally Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, how'd you get here to Atlanta?
We were in Connecticut at the time. We were only there for about a week, but it had gotten really, 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 really cold, and we didn't have nowhere to stay, so we were staying on the street. And I ended up selling my Xbox to get us here because we knew it was going to be warmer, and we figured, hey, it's closer to my mom. So
I'll tell you what, let's do this real quick. Come with me. We're just gonna come over just a little bit, just to kind of, what's going on, brother? We're gonna let you have a little bit of space, right? All right, you come right here. All right. Okay, so okay. All right, so y'all was in Jacksonville, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom's still there, but she's supposed to be moving up to Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
So when she said she was moving, you decided, you and your fiance, the white guy, y'all are gonna move into your male friend's house up in Connecticut?
Yeah, because he offered. He said that we told him that we had no place else to go, and we had a little bit of money saved up, but because his lease was in and he didn't know until we got halfway there, which was crazy.
Okay.
Obviously.
Hey man, you mind being on YouTube? I'm interviewing her. So I'm doing an interview with her right now. So, do you mind? I know.
Well, I told him.
I was just like, what's going on?
He's
no,
very...
everything's fine, man. I'm doing an interview. I have a YouTube channel, and I'm just making sure. Do you mind being on YouTube? Okay, so you're good. All right. So this is the husband, guys. All right, this is the husband. So give us a second, man. We'll probably be done in like 10 or so minutes. All right. So just kind of give us like a little bit of space. and then we'll be done. If you want to do you, I'll do you too, okay? All right, man. But it's kind of like one-on-one. It's a conversation. So, yep. All righty. All right. So where were we? Okay. Yeah. So long and short is that so that happened a couple months ago. Oh, by the way, you say y'all been together for a year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is he kind of like? Is he always kind of hover over you like that?
Yeah, he's very, very, very protective.
Very what?
He's very protective.
Protective? Okay.
Especially because when we were on our way here, we had a layover in Washington.
DC?
And,
Okay.
And there was an incident with a gentleman who tried to me.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, like I said, we don't really know anything about anything. So we were at the bus station, and strangely, they didn't have any microwaves or anywhere for us to warm up our food. So we were starting to ask people, like, hey, do you know where we can go to warm up our stuff and stuff like that? And he ended up going to the bathroom, and another gentleman was all like, hey, I know where you can go warm your stuff up. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I went to go follow him, and stupidly I followed him into a dark area, and he tried to rape me. But he didn't get to do it. I got away, thank God. And we reported the incident.
What happened? Did you like punch him, kick him? Like what ended up happening?
I freaking need him in his freaking jump.
Okay. Was that like the first time something like that had ever happened to you?
No, I was before.
What age?
I was 13 when it happened.
What was it that happened?
I was homeless at that time too.
You was homeless at 13?
I was running away from home. My family is very abusive, and my mom and stepdad just finally started to stop doing coke as much as they used to, but they still kind of do it, and it was worse when I was younger.
So let's talk about that real quick. So let's just oh, and by the way, do you have any kids?
No.
No? Okay. And have you ever are you currently like legally married, or y'all just together?
We're engaged. But
Fiance. I got you. Okay. All right, so let's just start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, where you from?
I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Duval.
Yeah.
Hey, man, shout out that Jacksonville,
Facts,
man.
yeah.
Shout out that Jacksonville, Florida.
Duval.
Shout out the whole state,
Duval,
man.
facts, like him.
All right,
and
so
some crazy MFers. I'm not gonna say. That's why I wanted to get.
I know a couple
folks.
folks from Jacksonville, man. Shout y'all out, man.
Right.
Shout y'all out, including my family. Anyway, all right. So growing up in Jacksonville, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
Mom and stepdad. My dad actually is kind of what they would call a Rolling Stone son, so to speak. He has like maybe 3 or 4 different baby mamas, and he kind of left when I was like 5.
Okay. So was he like active and present in your life after
No,
that? Or?
not really.
Okay, hold on real quick. Hey man, you think you can give me a favor? It's kind of like a conversation, and I don't want her to feel no type of, I don't want her answers to be influenced no type of way. If you can, man, just give us like a little more space, right? We're almost done.
I'm just watching.
I know, but I typically like it to be just like a one-on-one thing. So when someone's kind of hoarding over, it may influence the person's responses. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? She's completely safe, man. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you grew up basically mom and stepdad. Okay.
Stepdad's very cool though.
Very cool guy. Yeah. I mean, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have 2 brothers, 1 sister.
And that grew up in the house together.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you the oldest?
Yeah.
Okay. And so growing up, would you say you had like a, fairly normal childhood?
Yeah, somewhat. If you like, I mean.
So where's the hesitation coming from? Tell me.
My family loves me very much, and they would, well, I have black parents to be. I'm gonna be just honest with you. I have black parents, so like how black parents are. Like sometimes they always say we do this because we love you, but then you hesitate to think it's like, well, if you really did love me, you would listen to me instead of just beating me all the time. You know what I mean?
So basically, you felt like they was just physically abusive, like really physically abusive. I guess to an extreme
and honestly,
type deal.
I think it's mainly because of the alcohol and the cocaine, but. Mom, I tried to have that conversation with them, and that did not go over well.
What age were you when you tried to have that conversation?
I was 20 years old when we tried to have that conversation. So
you was an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real conversation to have, and a lot of times parents don't want to confront whatever their demons are.
Yeah, because she kind of like, when I tried to talk to her about it, she kind of took it offensively and then like blew up on me, and I was like, Mom, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel, like what you did to me. I mean, this is kind of like a PTSD thing. And she's all like, oh, you're being over dramatic and you're calling me this, and this. And I'm like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, if the freaking shoe fits, like.
Well, I mean, so let's do this, right? This is one of the things that we do on this channel. We have conversations with people when they're not right in front of us. It allows us to get all of our emotions, our complete thoughts, without being interrupted or gaslit, manipulated, any of that stuff.
Right.
So go ahead, have the conversation with your mom. Tell her how, you know, her use or whatever it is makes you feel, how it affects you. Go ahead and have that conversation.
Honestly, I just feel like if they had listened to me.
So it's not they,
more,
she's looking. So you're talking directly to your mom and your dad.
Honestly, I just feel like if y'all had listened to me a lot more, and instead of jumping to conclusions and assuming you knew what was going on in my head, I feel like it would have been a whole lot different. Like, I'm not trying to judge you guys. You did what you did, and the past is a past, yes. But at the end of the day, hear me and hear what you did. Because I got beat for a lot of things that I really didn't need to, where all necessarily you could have just spoke to me. You could have just talked to me, asked me why I was doing those things, or why I was going through what I was going through, or what happened. No, none of that. Just it was always like, and I mean, I'm a Christian person, but spare the rod, spoil the child. You like took advantage of that. You understand? It wasn't like I was an extremely bad kid, because I wasn't. I was a misunderstood kid who was failing in class. And on top of that, you knew it wasn't my fault, because I went to a freaking, I think it was called a charter school, or one of those schools where they send kids for like a year if they're bad. I went there for an entire year and got straight freaking A's. How do you explain that? Like, I was doing my work the right way, so then I got sent back to the regular school, and then all of a sudden I'm failing again? Come on, think about it. You didn't listen to me. You listened to the teachers. You listened to everybody else but your daughter.
How'd that make you feel?
I always got beat. And it was, and I felt, it made me feel horrible. Absolutely horrible, especially being the oldest child, because I always got reminded of that. Like, oh, you're the oldest, you're supposed to set an example. First of all, me and my younger sister, she's like a couple years older than me, right? Me and her both agree that technically she should have been the older sister, because I admire my sister. She is the type of person that I want to be when I grow up.
Right, so she's kind of got her, I get it, she's got her stuff together more so than you do.
So it's kind of confusing, but it's like, she should have been the older sister, because she motivates me. She tells me to freaking what to do. Like, you know, she helps me.
I get it. In some ways, my kids are like that. I have daughters that are slightly less than 2 years apart, and sometimes the younger sister is the older sister. So I get it. I get it. Real quick. So in childhood, you already told us what happened at 13. Was there any other traumatic events that occurred in childhood?
Other than the beatings with my family, I mean, I was on the street for a while.
So let's talk about that, what happened at 13. So, you know, you said that you just already gave us a description of how your childhood would be sometimes with what you would consider overstepping of the physical abuse, right? Yeah. And so you would run away at times. And so what happened this time? What was it that happened?
Okay. There was an incident at school where I really just didn't feel like going to class. This time it was technically my fault, but at the same time it wasn't, because I asked them to leave it alone, but they blew it out of proportion because they wanted to freaking know more stuff. I didn't want to go to school, and I ended up skipping, because every single time I went to school, my teachers would judge me all the time because of how I smelled or what I looked like, and I would be trying to get help from them in classes. They would never freaking help.
Why did you smell or look a certain way?
Because I didn't really get much sleep, and I'm gonna be very honest with you. When I was that age, and I still to this day, but I don't do it anymore as often. or like I really don't do it anymore at all. It's just like I have bladder problems.
You used to wet the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know somebody that used to wet the bed all throughout high school.
I'm older now, and I don't wet the bed anymore, but I still have the same bladder problems. Like, it's extremely hard for me to hold my bladder because my bladder is like this tall.
Right.
And my doctor told me that it was because when I was younger, because I was holding my bladder so much, my kidneys or whatever holds your bladder supposedly swole now, and that's why I can't hold it anymore. So, as a child, that was always a really hard thing growing up. You know what I mean?
I can imagine.
And I tried to shower, and like, you know, being the oldest, I'm being very honest, they were always, there were high expectations on me. They expected me to go to school, come home, clean up the house, cook dinner, make sure my siblings were doing all right, and be able to get enough sleep in all of that time.
So you kind of felt like some of your childhood was robbed from you.
Exactly.
So what happened at 13? So how did you end up getting R-worded?
Well, I was on the street because I had ran away, and there was this gentleman that I thought I could trust because at the time I didn't know who to trust. I was only 13 at the time, and I was all out there. I was by myself, and he was an older gentleman, but I looked at him more like a dad or a grandfather figure than that kind of person.
Right.
So I never took it to that level. But apparently he didn't see it that way, and I woke up one night and he was on top of me. And I tried to fight him off, but of course 13 and older doesn't really you can't.
So you were like staying with him type deal?
On the street.
Okay, so y'all were at a park.
Yeah.
Were y'all like inside a tent or something? Was it just like literally out on the ground?
No, it was like it's a closed down park now. But a long while back, there was like tubes and stuff that you could lay in.
Okay, so it was like inside one of those tubes or whatever. And wow, and so he did that to you. How did you feel after that happened?
I couldn't trust anybody after that. I didn't like
Did you like get up and go home after that, or what did you do immediately afterwards?
I ran away from that area. I didn't tell anybody about it. Because I was ashamed of it, and I really didn't. I'm not the type of person that likes to run to the police a lot.
Right.
I don't really like the police because they bring you home. You see what I'm saying? They don't help you. They just bring you back.
They just bring you home to where the problems that you're running away from are, basically.
Basically.
So you go ahead? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I ended up at another park, and then I ended up meeting two people who helped me through that whole process. Their names are Aaron and TJ. They're very, very, very cool people. And
help you through the process. How did they take you to the police station?
No. They were homeless too, so they decided to pretty much take me under their wing. Like, they adopted me in a way. So, not legally, but like, you know, I call them my street parents.
Right. No, trust me, I see that all the time out here. How long was that stint of homelessness?
It was like an on and off thing.
I was about to say, how long until you went back home, basically?
Well, the first time it was about 2 months, and then I went back home. Like, pretty much was, like I said, it was an on and off thing. I kept running away because of what was going on.
Specifically that time when that incident occurred, how long did it take you to go back home after that?
Yeah, that was that's about literally.
So you were still like, okay, because I mean, I guess I would question, right? Like, it's like, man, I can't believe you didn't just run back home after that. You know, like, man, you know, these streets are way more than I thought. You know, let me tuck my tail and go back home.
But no, I'm kind of proud that I didn't, because at the end of the day, if I hadn't gone through that, if I hadn't have done what I did, I wouldn't be the person I am right now.
I get that. So, okay, so you kind of had that type of childhood. Did you end up graduating high school?
No, I didn't.
No?
But I'm working on getting my GED. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and so we linked up with this guy, and so, I mean, you know, like, when was the last time, do you still talk to your parents and things like that?
Yeah, I just spoke to my dad earlier, like about an hour ago, and I just spoke, my dad, not my stepdad. I spoke to my dad about an hour ago.
Okay.
And I just spoke to my mom yesterday.
And so what do they think about your current situation?
Well, they're supporting me. They're not exactly happy about it. They're very worried about me. But
do they know that you're down here in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm. My mom bought the. We're actually going back to Connecticut. We're gonna be going back there on the 30th, or well, we'll be leaving on the 30th. We're supposed to be getting there the 2nd.
Okay,
So-
okay. So you guys, is that why you're here, getting like a ticket or something? Okay.
Well, no, actually, my mom already bought the tickets. We're just here to see if my birth certificate is here because I had ordered it. What is today? The 23rd.
I get it. So you're trying to see if it gets here before you leave, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it doesn't, it's no big deal. I can just have them forward it to where I'm going.
Okay.
Because I mean,
all right.
I was born in Boston, Massachusetts, so I mean, heck.
You'll be closer. You'll be pretty much right there. So.
Exactly.
All right. Well, listen, we really appreciate you taking the time answering all of our questions. If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
I have Facebook.
What's Facebook?
Raneahjonez.
How you spell Renea?
Raneah.
Okay. Jones. And then what about Cash App?
Pretty much the same thing, but like with a Z.
$. Okay. So spell it all out. $, and then
RANEAHJONEZ.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, listen, like I say, we really appreciate you.
No problem.
And we definitely wish you nothing but the best out here, okay?
Okay.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
You too, honey.
All right.